Welcome to Trummy for Christ. Today, we're diving into a fascinating moment in history, right in the heart of the ancient world. Picture this. On a sun-scorched plain in the land of Shinar, humanity stood united, filled with hope and ambition. It's a story of connection, dreams, and the power of togetherness. Let's explore this incredible chapter together. The heart of the ancient world. On a sun-scorched plain in the land of Shinar, humanity stood as one. They were united, a single people with a single language, and their ambition was as vast as the sky above them. Look at this city they've built, a testament to their skill and unity. But a city was not enough. They said to each other, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens. And let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." And so, the work began. A structure of mud, brick and bitumen, rising from the earth, reaching for the clouds. Day after day, the sound of their labor filled the air, the rhythmic clang of hammers, the scrape of trowels, the unified chant of a people working towards a singular, monumental goal. They were not just building a tower, they were forging a legacy, a symbol of their collective strength that would defy time itself. They believed they could reach God, touch the face of the heavens, and secure their place among the stars. The tower grew, a staircase to the divine, each brick laid with sweat, pride, and an unshakable belief in their own power. But as the tower climbed higher, something else began to grow within them. Confidence curdled into arrogance. Unity soured into hubris. Their focus shifted from building a legacy to making a name for themselves. They were no longer honoring creation. They were attempting to rival the Creator. Look at the faces of the builders, the expressions of their leaders. The initial joy of shared purpose has been replaced by a hardened, competitive pride. The king, robed in finery, gazes upward not with reverence, but with a defiant glare, as if challenging the heavens to a contest of might. They believed their own hands could grant them immortality, that their structure of earth and tar could make them equal to the divine. The once harmonious chants of labor began to fracture. The unified rhythm faltered, replaced by discordant murmurs of disagreement and suspicion. Who was working the hardest? Whose design was superior? Whose name would be remembered most? The very unity that had made the project possible was now unraveling under the weight of their own ego. They had set out to make a name for themselves, and in doing so, they had forgotten the very thing that made them strong, their connection to one another. The sky, once a symbol of their aspiration, now seemed to watch them with a gathering stillness, the calm before a storm. Then, the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of man had built. He saw their pride. He saw that with one language and a united will, nothing they proposed to do would be impossible for them. This was not a celebration of human potential, but a dangerous overreach, a rebellion born of arrogance. It was a path that would lead not to greatness, but to self-destruction, too. And so, a decision was made. Not out of anger or jealousy, but out of a need to steer humanity back from the brink. A light, blinding and pure, tore through the heavens, shattering the golden afternoon. It was not a gentle dawn, but a piercing, surgical strike that seemed to sever the sky itself. A thunderclap, so immense it shook the very foundations of their creation, ripped through the air. For a single deafening moment, all was silent. The hammers stopped. The arguments ceased. Every eye turned upward in sheer, uncomprehending terror. And then, the silence was broken. But not by the familiar words they all knew. A man turned to his neighbor, his friend, his brother, and opened his mouth to shout a warning. But what came out was a stream of sounds he had never heard before. Panic erupted. The man beside him replied in yet another foreign tongue. The unified language that had bound them together was gone, scattered like dust in the wind. In its place, a cacophony of confusion, 1,000 different voices shouting into a void of misunderstanding. Communication, the bedrock of their society and their project, had crumbled into chaos. They looked at each other not with camaraderie, but with fear and suspicion. They were strangers, isolated in a crowd. The grand project, their shared dream, was now meaningless. How could they build when they could not speak? How could they cooperate when they could not understand? The tower, once a symbol of their unity, became a monument to their division. The Exodus began. Under a dark, churning sky, they abandoned their creation. Families, tribes, and groups, now bound only by the strange new sounds they spoke, scattered from the city. They turned their backs on the unfinished ziggurat and dispersed across the face of the earth, just as they had feared. Jupe took their new language and their fractured memories of a time when they were one, spreading out to form the nations and peoples of the world. The final view is of the tower itself. Desolate, incomplete, a jagged scar on the landscape. The sounds of industry are gone, replaced by the lonely howl of the wind whipping through its empty halls and unfinished archways. It stands as a silent, powerful reminder. A testament not to the heights humanity can achieve, but to the dangers of pride. It teaches us that true strength is unfound in reaching for the heavens to make a name for ourselves, but in how we connect with each other, right here on Earth. The tower was never finished, but its story is timeless, a lesson etched in stone against the sky. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the tales that have shaped our world. Thoriel's Outreach Ministries International just wants to say, a big God bless you. See you next time.